Hello and good morning and welcome to Google Digital Garage. Today we're going to be talking about reaching new audiences with YouTube, how you can use video to attract customers online. My name is Anthea and I'm a trainer for Google's free skills training program, Google Digital Garage. And today I'm not alone. I'm also joined by Emma, who is going to be our moderator for today. So just a quick bit of housekeeping before we get started. If you have any issues as we go through hearing or seeing me, please do refresh your screen, and that generally tends to sort out most of the issues. If you want to join in the chat, please do, but you will need to have a YouTube account. So make sure that you're logged in. And if you don't have one, please set one up and then join us back so that you can ask questions and comments. And Emma, who will be moderating today's session, will be responding to you and engaging with you and sharing resources as we go through today. So as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about how you can reach new audiences with YouTube. So let us know where you're dialing in from and what you are currently using YouTube for, or what you would like to be using YouTube for. So how we're going to go through today's session is we're going to consider who your audience is and how you can go about defining them. We're going to get some tips on how you can create great content to entertain your audience, and then also how you actually measure your success using the YouTube insights. So let's get stuck in. And remember, if you have any questions as we go through, please do drop them into the chat and Emma will respond. And if we get time at the end, I'll also take some questions as well. So first thing we'll look at is, how do you go about understanding who your audience actually is? Now, YouTube is actually one of the biggest social media platforms with over 2 billion monthly logged in users, 2 billion. So if every day people across the globe are watching over 1 billion hours of video, it means that there is more than enough of the audience for you to tap into. So the things that they're watching include entertainment, education, and also business. And more than 500 hours of content is uploaded to YouTube every single minute. So this can now begin to include the content that you are uploading. So as long as you understand who you want to be uploading that for, it will allow you to tap into these numbers and also for that to benefit your business. So one of the tools that you can use to better understand your audience is Find My Audience. Now, this helps you to understand who your most valuable audiences are on YouTube. And this helps you to also discover new audiences and learn how to reach them individually with relevant messages. So being able to identify your audience means that you can get a better understanding of what is it that they're actually looking for in that moment. Or maybe they're not specifically looking for it, but they're currently looking at different things or similar things that you can then put your services and your products in front of them to generate that interest. So look at what their interests are, their habits are, and maybe what they're planning to purchase. Now, when you get into Find My Audience, you can actually choose between in-market and affinity audiences and also a selected category. Now, an in-market audience is essentially people who are actively searching for or planning to purchase a product or service like yours. So maybe somebody is going on searching for plants and they want to know which type of plants are best for a flat or a beach house or whatever the case might be. Some people actually do go into YouTube to find out what kind of things would be beneficial to them, and it's those kind of audiences who are already looking for something that you already offer that you can market to with your content. Now, affinity audiences are people whose habits or interests are related to what your business offers. Now, an example of this is, let's say that you are interested in personal development. Now, your audience is interested in personal development. They may be going out watching personal development. How can I increase my confidence? How can I, stop burnout? How can I improve my well-being? How can I just be a better person? Now, if you offer services around personal development, such as coaching, even personal training, then these are people who are not specifically looking for your product and service, but they're already watching videos or content that's similar where you can tap into that market as well. So learn about your audience in your selected category and add audiences to your profile. So that helps to kind of collate some of the insights and into their habits and also their interests. And that basically allows you to learn more about them, and therefore the content that you create can be more aligned. Now, you do have the option of adding up to 5 audiences to your profile. So what you'll get is essentially an audience overview, which is learning how to interpret your audience insights. You'll also get the audience insights, which is discovering the consumer patterns and the lifestyle insights to your selected audiences. And then the ability for you to take action. So this is you now using the insights that you've gained to start building your YouTube audience strategy. And then that should put you in front of the people that you would like to sell to. Okay, so now we understand the audience. How can we now entertain them? And actually, you can edutain them. So you can educate them through entertainment. And again, usually this is determined by the kind of content that your audience wants to receive. So let's go over a few tips for how you can create content for your YouTube channel. Now, with regards to your time or the resources, this is probably the most important part. A lot of people want to create a lot of content, but simply don't have the time, the money, or the resources to do so. So firstly, you need to consider what is realistically possible for you to achieve every single day. Do you really have 4 hours a day to spend creating content, or do you have 45 minutes? Now, it starts with what you have available, and then you can look at what you can do within that time. So how do you then go about making time for your channel and your content? So consistency is probably one of the key things here. So when you're answering these questions, think about how can you be most consistent with that time, money, and also resources to allow you to create the content that you need to. So there are a number of different options that you have available to you. So I'll go through some of these now. Now, one-off videos are really good because there might just be a message, a specific message or a specific thing that you would like to say. And you just want to get that off your chest and to your audience to give that kind of short, quick, impactful hit. So these don't have any kind of links or ties. It's just a one-off thing that's happening at the moment that you'd like to share with your audience. Now, it could be that you want to do short form video, which generally tends to be under 3 minutes. And this again is something that if you're potentially looking to create content on a regular basis, this is a good one to do. So if you always want to be visible and you know that people can come towards your channel to gain information, to be educated, to be entertained, then this is a great way to just keep consistent content coming out on your channel. Now, you also have longer form video. So can you deliver the information in a way that keeps people coming back for more? There's enough information to show that you know what you're talking about, you know that you are giving them useful information, but not so much that they can just now go away and not come back. So long form typically means that it's longer than 3 minutes. And an example of this would be something podcast-like, maybe an interview, a live stream, or maybe even a documentary. And then lastly, we have a series. Now, this is your ability to take as long as you want in order to tell your story. Now, I've just seen in the chat, someone mentioned that they're an animal lover, or they're interested in communicating with animal lovers and they're selling accessories. So maybe there's a story behind that. Why do you want to target animal lovers? And what is it about these accessories that you would like to also communicate? So maybe you've even got 2 audiences. Maybe there's one for the accessories and there's one for products and services that you sell to animal lovers. And this is a good exercise to have to understand your audience so you know what content to create for each that's really going to resonate with them. And so in a series, you're taking time. You're not trying to rush anything. You're going into a level of depth. And it's basically a variety of videos that connect together so that you can complete your story. So this could be part 1, part 2, part 3, etc. And you may release them all at once. So kind of Netflix-like, everyone gets to binge on 10 episodes of your series, or it could be something that you release regularly. First, Monday of every month, I'm going to release this, or every week we're going to release that. So you decide how you want to create your content and what frequency you want to relay that to as well. So you might want to start simple, do what you can within the resources that you've got, and then start looking at how you can build as you grow into the platform. You can also try and test a few different styles of content also with your audience. Now, when deciding which content is best for you or works best for you, think about your audience and also your business goals. Now you've got a kind of clearer idea about who your audience is and what kind of content you want to create, what's going into your video and why. Let's kind of look at how we fit all of that into a particular structure for the content. Now, this is a really easy acronym to remember, ABCD, because it really is that simple. And this is your ability to create compelling content. A is for attract, B is for brand, C is for connect, and D is for direct, as in being direct. So let's dive into these and how these will help you to create compelling content. Now, the first is your ability to attract. You want to be able to draw attention from the beginning. Now, if you think about people's attention spans, you want to be able to capture something important, probably within the first 8 seconds, so that they can see that this is something worth them spending even more time on in order to continue and learn more about your business, your products, and your services. So make sure you're opening with impact. Make sure that you are giving them something to want to learn more about. Consider how you can build with sound, maybe using music in the background to add interest to your video. And there is actually a library of music available in YouTube that you can also use as well. And usually does not cost anywhere near as much as getting specific video software. Make sure that you stay creative, set yourself apart, and remember there are no limits to what you can do. So add your own spin, your own flair, align it with your brand so people can see that consistency and show that you offer something that is unique. B is for brand. So integrate your brand naturally and meaningfully. This isn't you saying what your business name is every 5 seconds and probably irritating your audience. This is showcasing your brand through your video. So are there things that you can say in the beginning that you raise, that you let people know that is your brand, that you later refer back to just to increase that awareness? Be natural. And maybe reinforce with some audio. So maybe there's a jingle that you've got, some music that you like, so that when people hear that another time, they immediately think of your brand. So just think about how you can do that quite naturally. C is for connect. How do you actually connect with the viewer? Through emotion and storytelling. What emotions can you inspire? How do you connect with them? And usually that's through a great story. So make sure that your content has purpose and lead them from chapter 1 all the way to the end. Again, audio, I know I've mentioned this already, but this is a really great way to connect because it's a way of tapping into emotions. If you're telling a sad story that's going to have a positive ending, you're not going to play rock music in there because that's going to inspire a completely different emotion. So really think about what music that can kind of add to the story that you're building and the emotions that you're trying to tap into. And make sure that you're talking specifically to your audience. And then lastly, we've got direct. So I mentioned direct is being direct. So people will go through your video and they'll watch that and say thanks and goodbye. What you really want to do is direct them. What is it you want them to do? What is it that you want? What action is it that you want them to take next? Because people will habitually just move on to the next thing and continue scrolling, looking for the next video, etc. There's so many different distractions. So what you really want to do is make sure that you are giving them very clear instructions or actions at the end of every single video. So whether you want them to click through to your Facebook, your Instagram account, click on a link to view a product on your website, view another video even, or maybe even just to like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever it is, give them something to do because that will drive your engagement and also give you something to measure. So invite them to engage and make it easy, link to your other social media accounts and hashtags for searchability and basically be consistent. So just to wrap this up, we're just going to talk about how you can measure your performance. So you've done all of that great work. Now, how can you optimize your content for different channels by looking at what success you've had? So essentially, your YouTube analytics is going to record your channel's progress. So who is watching? What time of day? Where in the world are they? And how long are they staying on your video? So make sure that you're looking at this content, so your analytics, to see how you can learn what your audience are doing and how they're interacting with you so you know what to do. So just before we end, I just want to highlight the tabs that you'll be looking at. The overview tab shows you the key metrics for your channel. The reach tab shows you the channel's overall reach. So how many people saw your video, how many people engaged with it. Sorry, how many people click through to watch it. The engagement tab will show you what your viewers are watching, and you can see the total number of minutes and on average how long they spent watching any particular video. And then the audience tab shows you who is watching your video. And this helps you to get a better understanding of who your audience is. So the research tab also allows you to research some of the top searches from viewers in the last few days. So again, just make sure that you do look at your analytics. So over to you. Thank you for your time today. And as we wrap up this session, I just want you to think about how you can use the ABCD model in your next video. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope that this is going to help you to create some really compelling content and engage better with your YouTube audience. Thank you.